Hello again, college football fans, coming at you with your Week 13 SEC Power Rankings. Starting off with number 14, Vanderbilt, no surprise. Number 13, Florida, huge surprise. Dan Mullen has been fired, and it never ceases to amaze me how impatient and unreasonable the expectations of the fan bases and the universities in the SEC can be. That being said, I completely understand why they let him go, though. You can't have disasters like this in the SEC if you are a program like Florida. And I personally probably would have held on another year just because I wouldn't want to have to compete with LSU and USC and the teams that they get coaches from. And Virginia Tech is also in the pool now. I probably would have given Mullen at least a chance to see if he can turn around things, and given him good faith because of the three great seasons, well, not great, but very good seasons that they had leading up to this disastrous year. But there is no good faith in the SEC anymore. It is win now or be gone, and that is what has happened to Dan Mullen. And Florida looks to be in the tank. I don't see them getting the one victory against Florida State that they would need next week in order to go bowling. So I don't think they're going to be going to any bowl, but they will have plenty of time not practicing for the bowl to search for a new coach. So that works out for them. Another team that will be searching for a new coach and probably has their guy in their back pocket, I would imagine, LSU. Their season has not been as big a disaster as I anticipated could have happened. Florida actually got closer to the old Gene Chizik meltdown of all meltdowns there in Gainesville, but LSU and Ed Orgeron were not very far behind. But to see LSU and Florida in the bottom three are still just jaw-dropping to me, and I don't think that. This is my opinion, obviously, this power poll, but I don't think many people would disagree with me at this point in the season that LSU and Florida are one of the worst three teams in the SEC in 2021. Number 11, Auburn. They've been up and down, up and down. I can never get a good bead on this team and what Harsin is as a head coach. I still think he's a good hire for Auburn, but they have fizzled out in the latter part of this season. But you know who else fizzled out in his first year at Alabama was Saban. So, as a matter of fact, Saban and Harsin have had very similar first years at Auburn and Alabama, respectively. So, don't get too down on things right now, Auburn fans, because he could still turn out to be a pretty good coach. South Carolina, I have at number 10. Missouri, I have at number 9. Both of those teams have had very, very good late stretches down here towards the end of the season. I never would have expected 3 weeks ago that either one of these teams would be going bowling, but they both are, and they both are coming off big wins. South Carolina lost to Mizzou, so I'm going to give them the nod. You may say, why would you put Auburn behind these teams? Because they have similar resumes, similar scores. Well, first of all, South Carolina's got a head-to-head victory. And secondly, it's about what you've done for me lately. These guys have been surging late in the season, and Auburn has been fizzling out. And, that's why I put them below South Carolina and Missouri. Number 8, I have Tennessee. This is a team that I always want to have higher than I have because Heupel's done such a great job, and they have overachieved so much this year, but I got to keep them at 8 where they're at because of the record and because of the teams that are ahead of them. Number 7, I have Arkansas. Sam Pittman, I've been singing his praises all year long. They had a little bit of a lull there once the competition got stiffer in October, but they have wound up coming up strong in November, and looks like they are going to continue to have a strong final stretch down here towards the end. So kudos to them. They are also everybody from now on is at least a bowl eligible team. Number 6, I have Kentucky. They have a great schedule, great record right now, 8-3, looking to finish 9-3 with a win over Louisville. I don't know if they can pull that one off or not, but they'll definitely give it their best shot in Louisville. But Mark Stoops is just continuing to do what he does in Lexington, and that is lead Kentucky to about as good a seasons as anyone could anticipate them having. He does everything he can with the resources that he has out there, and I still say that he's a coach that should be looked at by big-time programs that are looking for schools. And I'm talking to you, Florida, right now, because you're coming in late this year to the coaching carousel. So if somebody else hasn't locked him up, I would be looking hard at Mark Stoops if I was Kentucky, or if I was Florida. Number 5, I've got A&M. Everybody expected them to have a great season. It looked like it was going to be a disaster early. They came back strong with that amazing victory over Alabama and had a couple of great weeks after that. I don't think anybody expected them to lay the egg that they did in Oxford, but that's what happens, and that's why I have them here at 5 below both of the Mississippi schools. Mississippi State coming in at 4 because obviously they have that win over A&M. They have another big win over Kentucky, a big, huge win over Auburn in my opinion, and so that's why I have them at 4. Honestly, I think right now they're probably the stronger team right now than Ole Miss, but Ole Miss has still got such a great, gaudy-looking record right now in the SEC West at 9-2, and Mississippi State may very well win that game because, like I said, they seem to be on more of an upswing right now than Ole Miss, who's kind of treading water a little bit. I don't want to say they're fizzling out, but they are definitely treading water a little bit, closing out this season. But they're still winning games, and like I said, they are racking up that win total. And that leads us to number 2, Alabama, and number 1, Georgia. They've both occupied those spots now for the last 6 or 7 weeks, and that's what it's probably going to be going into the SEC championship game, where they will meet. And I'm excited about the opportunity to finally get to talk about that and break that down a little bit. But we've still got a big little piece of business down there in Auburn to take care of if you're Alabama. And Georgia's got Georgia Tech next week, and I don't imagine that they'll be able to do much against that vaunted Georgia defense, but we will see. But that is your Week 13 SEC Power Rankings, and we're going into Rivalry Week, and I cannot wait to deliver the preview episode for the SEC, and then I'll be doing my big Iron Bowl prediction. I'm going to try to turn that into a little bit of a special occasion for you guys. But once again, thanks for watching, and I got more coming soon.